Okay, good morning everyone. Good day sa inyong lahat. Ma'am, okay, magkanda ko og video discussion recorded. Okay, nag-stop tayo doon sa Article 3, Private Conduct as a registered criminologist. So, mag-proceed tayo dito sa Article 4, Conduct towards the public. Kasi nag-quiz nga lang tayo nung, it's not a quiz. Activity pala nung Friday. So, continue natin. We have paragraph A, B, and C here on Article 4. Kahit basahin niyo lang yung conduct towards the public, it is referring our actions as a criminologist on how we are going to act in front of many people or in general, the public. So, sabi dito, as a criminologist, dapat remind natin atong sarili at all times that our actions must display dignity, fairness, and at the same time, ipakita natin ang pagiging genuine in terms of willingness to help others. In order for us to boost the public image we have as a criminologist. Then sabi din dito sa paragraph B, we must be mindful, okay, very understandable, sabotable, kaya na siya nga kita daw as a criminologist, mindful daw ta sa atong responsibility towards the whole community because what kind of action we have, lalo na pag negative yan, it reflects our profession. Then sabi dito sa paragraph C, Article 4, they shall be habitually courteous. Okay, pag sinabi natin courteous and accept their responsibility, being punctual. Then naka-highlight din dito, dapat as a criminologist, having this kind of profession, we have to discharge our duties, bear constantly in mind that our obligation must serve the public efficiently and effectively. So, this kind, Article 4, we have 3 paragraphs. In short, lahat ng sinasabi dito, kumbaga, amo ning article, gina-remind that we as a criminologist, dapat, we must instill in our mind that we are a public servants. Then, pag tayo ay public servants, our actions, lahat mga galaw natin, our words, kahit yung mga sinasabi natin, and decision, dapat in line with our profession. When we say in line with our profession, must promote public trust. Okay, lahat ng ginagawa natin, sinasabi, decision making, dapat ang purpose or ang goal natin is to promote public trust, at the same time, safety, in line with our profession, and can reflect honor not only to ourselves, dili lang para sa ato ang sarili, but specifically to the entire criminology organization. So, kumbaga yung honor na dapat ibigay natin, hindi lamang sa sarili natin, based on our actions, words, and our decisions, but in general, dapat makapromote siya in general sa aton nga organization as a criminologist. Next, we have here the article number 5, attitude towards profession. Okay? So, we have also paragraph, apat na pala, A, B, C, and D. So, ano yung gina-emphasize dito sa attitude towards profession, being highlighted that as a criminologist shall strive to make the best applications of science to the solution of crime. Okay? Diligent study, sincere attention to self-improvement. Okay, parang balikan na lang natin to. Pag sinabing diligent study, we must not limit ourselves na pasabihin natin na parang alam na natin lahat. Dapat maging hunger tayo in terms of knowledge. So, naka-highlight din tayo, strive for effective leadership, okay, and public influence in matters affecting public safety. So, sabi din dito sa paragraph B, he shall appreciate the importance of responsibility for his profession as honorable one. Strive to attain certain. Okay. C, we have here, paragraph C, findings shall be based solely entirely on logical and scientific deduction. Impartial, examined personal, okay. Then, sabi sa paragraph D, we must never lose sight of the important fact that he should not only work for the identification, apprehension, and conviction of criminals, but must strive with greater, if not equal, to clear the innocent. So, in short, ano ba yung sinasabi natin dito sa Article 5? In general, hindi na natin yan isa-isahin. Specifically to the title itself, we have the attitude towards profession. So, it was being emphasized here na we as a criminologist, dapat i-highlight natin sa aton ng profession na it is a must that our attitude and commitment as a criminologist, okay, in line with our profession, must align also to our colleagues at the same time. Kumbaga, nakafocus ito in terms of our profession. Tayo mismo as a criminologist, attitude towards profession. Pag sinasabing profession, sarili natin kasi tayo yung gumagalaw. Dapat i-improve natin yung sarili natin in terms of our actions, okay, mga decision, para mag-align siya of what kind of duties and responsibility we have as a criminologist. And also, when we say profession, it was being highlighted here that we are going to collaborate with our colleagues. Okay, mga kasama nating criminologists, because we cannot able to improve ourselves without collaborating with other criminologists, yung kumbaga the same sa atin ng profession. You can able to improve if ikaw lang mismo mag-isa. Okay, you can ask help from other criminologists, ask them some advice, okay, to improve yourselves. Okay? Para daw maging perfect tayo in terms of our decision making, in terms of applying, kasi sinabi dito we have, okay, pag nakatulong na tayo in terms of apprehension, conviction of criminals based on our duties and responsibilities. So, that was being highlighted here in Article 5. So, yun. Next, we have here Article 6, attitude towards fellow criminologists. Okay. Paragraph A, B, and C highlighted association with others in the profession, keeping abreast with fast-moving world science technology through concept research and development. Cooperate fully with fellow criminologists is the same pa din. Then, never permitting jealousies or personal differences to influence the professional duties and obligation. So, kung kanina, attitude towards profession in terms of developing our profession, ngayon naman, it is attitude towards as a criminologist, how we are going to improve in terms of the connection of our certain colleagues, how we are going to improve our relationship towards them, and at the same time, to build up the image that we have in our organization. So, paano nga ba yun? So, in short, it was being emphasized here in this article number 6 na dapat we as a criminologist, we must focus on how we are going to treat, okay, paano natin itrato ang atong kapwa criminologist, paano natin sila i-communicate, paano tayo mag-promote of cooperation, mag-respect sa ila, how we are going to support them in terms of our work environment. Kahit na senior man sila, junior, it must be treated with dignity. Tandaan niyo po yan. Kasi parang as a criminology, kayo pa nga student, parang nai-instill sa utak na iba talagang treatment pag senior, di ba? Kumbaga parang may binibigay na something special. Pag junior, iba rin. Kasi pag once ikaw ang senior, parang ikaw yung dominant. You have the authority. So dapat daw, pag tayo naging criminologist, kumbaga yung pino-point out dito na dapat tanggalin na natin yung ganong klase na culture. Kumbaga, yes, it was being emphasized that we are going to treat whether senior man or junior should be treated with dignity. Okay? Still, yes, we are going to appreciate na yes, senior siya. We are going to respect that. But hindi natin tatanggalin yun na we are going to treat them with dignity. It is being emphasized, the dignity. And also, sa paragraph C, yung sinasabi dyan na emphasize na dapat avoid sabotage with fellow professionals. Yung mga unethical competition, kumbaga. Yan ang gina-emphasize ng paragraph C sa article 6 natin. Kumbaga, ipagiging, inggitira klase. Dahil nakita mo na mas umaangat na yung kapwa mo criminologist, then gagawa ka na yun ngayon ng mga action na something makakapag-sira sa imahe ng kapwa mo criminologist. Tandaan niyo po, pag nasira ang imahe ng isang criminologist, ang tanaw biya sa tao, pag once na may nagkamali na isa, para yan siyang sirang kamatis na kumbaga damay-damay lahat. Kung ano yung paningin nila sa isa, i-generalize nila yan. So, dapat alagaan natin ang bawat isa as a criminologist because kung ano man ang tingin sa isa, yun din ang magiging tingin sa iba. So, dapat we cooperate, we collaborate, walang inggit na mangyayari, jealousy, kumbaga gagawa ka ng something dahil mas na siya sa imo, mas ahead na siya sa imo in terms of like in the position. So, dapat hindi natin yun gawin as a criminologist. So, next we have here Article 7. Wait, Article 7 na nga ba dito sa topic? Okay, yes. Article 7, Code of Ethics. Okay, sabi dito, the universally accepted Code of Ethics for law enforcement. Ito yung Code of Ethics ng law enforcement officer natin. Shall be temporarily adapted pending formulation of a more specific code that embraces all aspects of criminologies. So, dito sa Article 7, Code of Ethics, kumbaga, as a criminologist in connection to the law enforcement. Code of Ethics, universally accepted Code of Ethics for law enforcement, then temporarily being adapted. Okay? Nag-adapt siya in terms of, in connection to criminology. So, ano ba yung naka-emphasize dito sa Code of Ethics natin? So, we have the Article 7. Kumaga, ito yung magiging guidance. Pag sinabi natin Code of Ethics guidance ng mga police officer at the same time, in terms of the proper performance based on their duties. Then additionally, dito sa Article 7, Code of Ethics, as a public servant, we must promise as a law enforcement officer that we are going to do our duties and responsibilities as honest, fair. Okay, yan tandaan natin. Honest, fair, and respect with others. Okay, Code of Ethics. So, ito yung content ng Code of Ethics we have here sa Article 7. As a law, okay, sabi dito, enforcement officer may fundamental duties to serve. Understandable yan. Okay, ang fundamental, pag sinabi natin fundamental, ito na primary natin na duty is to serve the mankind. And at the same time, is safeguard ang lives, property. Okay, understandable. Ano yun na sa ibang ano. Okay, safeguard the lives, tandaan nyo lang to. Hindi lang po yung buhay ng tao, at the same time, ang yung property din nila. Protect the innocents against the deception, weak against oppression. Ano nga ba yung oppression? Pag sinabi nating oppression, it is yung pagiging cruel natin. Okay? Or pwede nating isabi dito na yung unjust. Cruel and unjust exercise of power. Kumbaga too much na ba? Nasubraan ka. Next, or intimidation. Pag sinabi naman natin intimidation, ito yung papasok na yung halimbawa, the way you control other people is through, okay, lagay natin dito, merong pressure. Okay. So, pag merong pressure, you control other people with pressure, hindi na yun voluntarily. Wala nang free will yung tao na yun. Then, pwede natin idagdag dito, pag sinabing pressure, we have also yung may takot na. Then, also yung, kumbaga may mga threat na involvements. Okay, threats. Yan yung intimidation. And the peaceful, okay, against violence or disorder to respect the constitution. Okay. Mental liberty, equality. I will keep my private life unsullied as an example to all. Okay, ano ibig sabihin? I-highlight natin dito. I-highlight natin. Ano ito? Okay, ang ibig sabihin po niyan, dapat, it was being emphasized, wala talaga akong masulatan. Ito yung pagiging clean or free from stain. Pag sinabi natin ang solid. So, it means na dapat, I will keep my private life, kahit na yung private life natin as a law enforcement officer, that must emphasize na hindi natin, kumbaga bibigyan ng mansya yung sariling imahe ng pagiging pulis natin. So, yung ibig sabihin yan. And mag-serve ka as example to others. Then, we have here also, maintain courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn or ridicule, develop self-restraint, and be constantly mindful of the welfare. Okay, exemplary, obeying the laws. Then it was being highlighted here. Whatever I see or hear of a confidential nature, kept secret, unless daw, it was being emphasized, unless. Dapat daw, kung ano mo yung narinig, nakita, na-observe. Ito yung ano natin sa culture natin, what you hear, what you see, leave it here, yung ganon. So, merong unless dito. Pag necessary na daw yung revelation in terms of that something confidential na information which is aligned naman sa duty, then pwede niyo namang sabihin or divulge. So, next we have here also sinabi, I will never act officiously or permit personal feelings. Okay, sabi din dito, okay, animosities or your relentless prosecution of criminals. So, what does it mean? Kumbaga na overpower na sa strong feelings ang imo nga emotion. Like, galit ka, nasapawan na yung ano mo. Kumbaga, naghatag ka sang decision which is being affected by a strong emotion or strong feeling which is galit ka. meron kang personal grudge for a certain person dahil galit ka. Ngayon, ginamit mo yung authority mo, yung duty mo to do something with that certain person. Yung may mga anger, mga personal grudges, then at the same time, yung galit, yung inggit. Okay, selos, yes, pwede yan natin ipasok. Next, we have here, I will enforce the law cautiously and appropriately without fear or favor, malice, or ill, will never employ and recognize the of office as symbol of public and faith. Then, sinabi din dito, I recognize the badge and accepting, okay, ano ito? Ibig sabihin, okay, ito yung tatanggap tayo ng mga favor. Okay, yung gifts kapalit ng service natin. So, iwasan natin yun as a law enforcement. Pero parang hindi naman lahat no naiiwasan. So, I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating myself before God to my chosen profession, law enforcement. So, next tayo, hindi na natin yung pagdiinan yan. Gano lang natin yung mga mahihirap dyan na, para mas maintindihan. Next, we have police ethics. Sabi dito sa police ethics, a practical science that treats the principle of human morality and duty as applied to law enforcement. So, ito na yung, in general, it is referring to the police ethics. Sino bang target nito? Which is the police. Sino ba yung, who are the police? Sabi dito, my question, who are the police? We have here the public officials. Okay? With the extraordinary power of arrest, who performs the police service, patrol, criminal investigation, and traffic control. Sino ba yung makonsider natin as a public officials? We have the government itself. Sino ba? Mayor, governor, okay? We have the congressman. Sila yung mga public officials. Sila yung di may karapatan. Okay, sinabing extraordinary power because they have the power to arrest also. Then, who performs the direct police services of patrol, criminal investigation, and traffic control. So, paano ba natin i-emphasize pag sinabing police ethics? Okay, what is the purpose why police given such kind of, parang binigyan sila din ng police ethics? Kung tayo, as a criminologist, meron tayong ethics, bakit sila binigyan din ng ethics? So, kumbaga, ang purpose, why we, as a police, hindi ako mag-uwi kasi hindi naman ako police, kanina nag-uwi ako as criminologist. Okay, as a police daw, bakit nagkakaroon sila ng police ethics? Para daw masigurado na ang mga officers nila, lahat ng mga kapulisan, magawa yung duties, okay, na may kasamang pagiging honest, fairness, okay, ano pa. Then also, those action that they have, makapag-build ng trust. And also, ang priority talaga, pagiging police, is to what? Protect the rights of the citizen. Okay, protektahan ang tao. Next, bakit? Ano pang purpose? Para magkaroon ng standard ang isang kapulisan. It was being set to them para i-guide sila na police officer based on their actions while serving the people. Again, ulitin natin, pag sinabi natin police ethics, ito yung, yes, sinabi dito, practical science that is the principle of human morality as applied to law enforcement. Yes, we have, sabi ko diba, may kanya-kanya tayong individual moral. Police ethics was being added in order for the organization police officer, magkaroon sila ng standard, kumbaga, in doing their duties and magiging basis on their actions while serving the people. So yun ang point why law enforcement officer having this kind of ethics as a police. So next, sabi dito, legal basis of police ethics. Okay, ano lang yan. Kumbaga, it was being emphasized. Ano ba yung legal basis for the police ethics? We have section 37. Tandaan nyo lang po yan. Pag baka may question sa essay ko or even sa sa multiple choice, ano ba yung legal basis for police ethics? We have, tandaan po, section 37, RA 6975. Okay, pasensya. Okay, ang ano lang emphasize natin dyan is that dito sa paragraph na to, there shall be established performance evaluation. System shall be administered accordance with the rules code of conduct promulgated commission of members of the such. Okay, nagkakaroon daw ng, okay, may ginagawa daw silang performance evaluation system in order for them to foster the improvement of individual efficiency and behavioral discipline. Ginagawa daw nila ito para ma-check talaga nila ang mga law enforcement officer at the same time in order for them na ma-improve ang ilang pagiging efficient at the same time on their behavioral discipline as well as the promotion. Okay, nagiging basihan din daw, okay, pag in terms of promotion, okay, yan. Sinasabi niya, promotion of organizational effectiveness, respect for the Constitution. Then, i-highlight din natin dito, nagiging basis din itong Section 37, RA 6975 in terms of the police ethics. Okay, merong examination which is, we have the physical examination, psychological, and neuropsychiatric examination conducted daw sa mga police officer or either a member concerned. Okay. Yung gi-shared ko sa inyo na video, yung bago lang, yung nangyari lang nung Sunday, yung Sunday ng gabi nag-share ako. Tingala ko very random sa mundo ga-share sang report sang ABCBM. Kasi doon, hinarang ng pulis yung re-responde sana na volunteer na driver ng fire truck which is galing daw yun sa isa pang sunog papunta sa isang sunog. Ngayon, parang na ano siguro yung ego ng police officer kasi nagmamadali yung fire truck, bigla siyang na ano siguro kasi parang binubusinahan daw, yun yung concern. Ngayon, dahil binusinahan siya, naiguguro yung ego sa police, police ko, dapat hindi ko yung naon ba? Without considering the situation that the volunteer, noong driver ng fire truck, is just having, nagkakaroon lamang siya ng rescue in terms doon sa sunog. Kaya anong nangyari doon? Okay, ilang beses niya daw, try na pigilan yung fire truck para mapagsabihan lang. So, parang pangatlong beses ngayon nakapag-stop na talaga. Doon yung talaga kinonfront yung driver ng fire truck. So, doon nangyari, may masamang nasalita na bitawan yung police officer. Okay, based on that. Then, after doon, sa balita, sinabi din na nag-conduct din ng something examination para matest din yung in terms of the behavior of a certain police officer. So doon makikita if that there is something misconduct ba doon sa police officer, yun sinabi doon sa report. So pwede nating i-align dito as example sa police ethics. So based on that certain situation. Dragid gani ma-apply ginaton tong ginahambal naton diri kay ina nga okay na dapat in terms of our action ito sa police ethics, diba sinabi na we must think before we act. Okay, before we act kasi yung magiging actions and decision natin will reflect in general of what kind of profession we have. Okay, nag-run out man ang kalibutan diri sa Marvel. So, stop ko muna sandali. So, let's continue. Okay, na ibalik na ni Kibuloy ang kurente. Let's proceed to the NAPOLCOM resolution number 92-4. Okay, so it was being emphasized here. Okay, wag natin basahin dyan. Na, okay, tandaan nyo lamang kung kailan na-approve yung Code of Professional Conduct and Ethical Standards by the PNP. We have here the March 12, 1992. Baka lalabas sa exam. Then, itong resolution, sinasabi dito, it was being issued because RA 6975 daw, the law na nag-create sa NAPOLCOM, it was being recognized, gina-recognize ang PNP in order for them to, in order for the RA 6975 to require the PNP to have this kind of code of conduct and ethical standard for police officers. Okay, bakit nila binigay ito? In order, yes, pabalik-balik tayo to guide their behavior and at the same time to guide their behavior and also their performance. Okay, just wait for a moment. Okay, balik tayo. Ulitin ko lang. Pag sinabi natin, yes, NAPOLCOM Resolution number 92-4, ano yung gina-emphasize niya? Ito yung resolution na gi-issue sang RA 6975, ang batas na gumawa ng NAPOLCOM, and kumbaga gina-recognize niya ang PNP na magkaroon ng requirement in terms of code of conduct and ethical standard para sa mga law enforcement officers, para daw mag-guide ang kanilang behavior and at the same time while performing duties as well. Okay, next, we have here, ano ba ang purpose of the code? Yung gina-emphasize dito sa NAPOLCOM Resolution number 92-4, ito yung code of, Philippine National Police Code of Ethics and Ethical Standard. Ano bang purpose while they having this? So, sabi dito, very understandable naman, no? Bullet 1, to foster individual efficiency, behavioral discipline. Gi-emphasize, gina. Ano ba talaga ang ginaano sang code? Yes, number 1 talaga, behavioral discipline. Para madisiplina kung ano ang klaseng behavior yung meron ang kapulisan. And to organize effectiveness. Okay, second bullet tayo, ano ang gi-emphasize? To set the moral tone. To set the moral tone. What does it mean? Hindi tono sa pagkanta ha, but we can able to align kung paano magkanta. Kita mo na sa una-una, praktisan mo ano yung tono. Para yung tono na yun, ma-familiarize mo hanggang sa dulo, yun na ang magiging tone mo. So, ano bang ibig sabihin? In line to the law enforcement officer. Sa una-una pa lang, pagpasok mo as a police, it was being set na magkakaroon ng code. Ngayon, dahil alam mo na merong Code of Ethics ang Philippine National Police, kumbaga at the first place pa lang, alam mo nang meron, hanggang sa dulo, hasta nga mag-retire ka, ito yung magiging guide, kumbaga. Patas sa tono, yung magiging guide mo. But in the police officer, pag sinabi nating tone, yung Code of Ethics ang magiging guide mo in conducting your profession as a police officer and also to provide the service para sa aton nga community. Next, we have here bullet number 3. Sabi dito, to provide moral and ethical guidance. Yes, paulit-ulit, ethical guidance. Then, next, sabi dito sa last bullet, it is when being enlightened members, na dapat, what behavior is really acceptable? Enlightened members, para daw, yes, to become ma-aware tayo in terms of our service towards the community, that our behavior matters. Okay? Pag sinabi natin matter ang aton nga batasan, kung ano ang acceptable na behavior, yun ang dapat natin gawin. Because to define what is permitted and what is prohibited. When you say permitted and what is prohibited, pag sinabi natin define, kumbaga ito yung sinasabi na kung ano yung dapat gawin mo as a police, then ano yung dapat mong iwasan as a police officer na mga gawain. So yun ang purpose while police officer having this kind of code. Next, discuss natin ang 11 canons of police ethics. So we have 11. Okay, proceed na tayo sa next slide to discuss the primordial police. Wait, hanapin ko lang sa slide ko. Primordial police responsibility. So ano ang gina-emphasize dito? Sabi dyan, the primary objectives of the police is the prevention of crime being highlighted. Yes, we have here prevention of crime. Pag sinabi nating primordial, anong ibig sabihin ng primordial? Kumbaga, ito yung basic or tinatawag natin na fundamental. Pag sinabing fundamental, it is the foundation. Fundamental duty. Okay. Pag sinabi natin primordial, ito yung basic responsibility ng isang police officer. So, anong gi-highlight dira? Ano ba ang primary objectives ng isang police officer? Is to prevent crime. Policeman knew too well that he has committed his life to defend and protect. Tandaan natin yan. Defend and protect the rights of the citizen and to uphold law at all costs. Okay, pag sinabi nating uphold, as a police officer, we are going to what? Pag sinabi natin uphold, tayo yung mag-protect. We are going to defend that. The law that we have, we are going to, tayo din yung yung term na kalimutan ko. Tayo alalahanin ko muna, hindi ko ma-remember yung term na nagpapatupad. Okay, pag sinabi natin as a police officer, tayo din yung nagpapatupad ng batas at tayo din yung mag-defend at the same time, then we are going to support also. Yan ang yung sabihin ng uphold. Support. And also maintain. I-maintain natin kung anong batas na meron tayo kasi tayo yung nagpapatupad bilang police. So, yes, tandaan natin, pag sinabi natin primordial, it is the basic responsibility ng isang police, which is ano ba? Prevention of crime. Kumaga, another word pa natin dito, ano ba yung main reason? Bakit merong police? Ano ba yung rason? Bakit merong police? So, why people, lagay natin dito, why police exist. Okay, hindi ba yan na question sa sarili ninyo? Bakit merong police? Is to what? Why police exist? It is because their objectives, kumbaga ang pulos nila diri sa kalibutan is what? Yes, ito, the prevention of crime. Tandaan nyo lang. So, next, we have here the limitation of police authority. So, we have bullet 1, the primary upholder, the law must know its limitation upon, okay, sinabi lang dito na, dapat as a police, we must know. Must know, yan. Its limitation. Sabi ni dito, sa second bullet, he must be aware, okay, dapat, yes, awareness. Ulit-ulit lang. True law have placed him. He must recognize the center of democratic system. Emphasize talaga natin yan na, okay, erase muna natin, masyado makalat yung pag-highlight ko. Okay, pag sinabi natin, he must recognize the center of democratic system of government which give person or group of persons absolute power. Yan. And he must ensure that he does not, okay, unahin muna natin yung third bullet. Ano ba yung sinasabi dito na center of democratic system? Okay? Ano yung sabihin nito? Okay. He must. Sino ba yung natukoy dito? Yung kapulisan. He must recognize. Pag sinabi natin, recognize, alamin. Kung ano ba yung center of the democratic system? Okay? Hindi nyo ba na-question? Bakit nagkakaroon ng government? Bakit merong government? Bakit merong batas? Bakit sila nag-exist? Okay? Bakit merong public officials? Bakit nagkakaroon? It is because, ano bang purpose nila? Okay, bakit merong government? Merong law. Law protects the public. Public officials provides, ulitin natin. Law protects the community, which is the people. Public officials provide service toward the people or the community. Government, public officials provide services to the public, which is in general the community. So, it means that the citizen itself, ano bang meron? Pag sinabi natin citizens, means, in democratic system, sila yung, kumbaga, pag sinabi, it was being emphasized here, sila yung sentro. Pag sinabi natin sentro, sila ang bida. Sino ang bida na sinasabi dito? Sino? Ito yung citizen. Okay? The citizen. Sila yung bida. Bakit nasabi nating bida? Sila yung center. The citizen means, in the democratic system, sila yung sentro. Refers to the ultimate authority. Sila bakit nagkakaroon ng ultimate authority? Okay, bakit sinabing ultimate authority rests within the people? Okay, bakit? Kasi pag once, okay, nakagawa ng kamalian, okay, kumbaga, in terms of the service, sino ba yung magbibigay ng comment? Sino ba yung nagrereklamo? Sino ba yung nagbibigay ng applause? Which is, in terms of the service of all, nabanggit natin kanina, the government, the public officials, only the people. Okay? Center of democratic system, which is the citizen. Then sinabi ni dito, he must ensure that he does not pervert its true character. Pag sinabi nating true character, yung pagiging police. Pag sinabi nating pervert, kumbaga, ito yung sinasabi na, kumbaga, i-destroy mo ang image mo bilang, okay, police. So, ano ba yung mga actions na pwedeng ma-destroy yung image ng isang police officer? Yung paggamit natin ng abuse. Okay, unreasonable force na ginamit natin in terms of arresting someone. Okay, yung pagtanggap natin ng mga suhol, yung bribes na tinatawag. So, pwedeng ma-destroy ang image mo bilang isang police. So, sinabi dito, he must not ensure that he does not pervert. Iwasan natin na masira ang imahe ng pagiging police natin. Next, we have here also, knowledge of the law and other responsibility. Okay, knowledge of the law and other responsibility. The police shall, okay, assiduously apply himself to the principles of law, which he is sworn to apply. Okay, pag sinabi natin dito, because being as a police daw, ikaw mismo, i-apply mo sa sarili mo, ikaw nga police, the principle of the law. What does it mean? You follow the law also. be a role model. Okay, ikaw yung magiging model in terms of following the law itself. He will make certain of his responsibilities in the particular field of, okay, balikan natin, baka maano kayo dito. Ano yung sinasabi natin na assiduously? Pag sinabi natin assiduously, ito yung pagiging, kumbaga, as a police daw, gagawin natin yung trabaho natin with careful attention. And at the same time, apply himself the principles of the law. Okay, gawin natin yung trabaho natin. Yes, work hard, but with careful attention. Careful attention. Yan yung sinasabi dito. Okay, next. Sabi dito, okay, he shall make effort to fully understand his with the law enforcement agencies. Okay, intindihin mo as a police. Dapat alam mo, fully understand. Okay, kung ano mga relasyon meron ka in terms of the agencies you are going to encounter. Kumbaga, ato ma-encounter mo mga agencies. Know your connection, your relationship. Particularly in the matters of jurisdiction. Kumbaga, yes, jurisdiction we have here. Yes. So, in general, ano ba yung sinasabi natin dito as a knowledge of law and other responsibility? As a police officer, we must know what kind of law yung ipinapatupad natin. Then at the same time, tayo din yung manguna in terms of following the law. And yung ibang mga responsibility natin. Kumbaga, magiging well-known ta in terms of our responsibility. As a police, mahirap maging police na hindi mo alam yung ginagawa mo. Okay, be knowledgeable enough in terms of the law and at the same time of your responsibility. Next, use of proper means to obtain paper ends. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin nito? The policeman shall be mindful of his responsibility. Yes, to have strict selection of methods. Pag sinabi natin methods, in terms of our actions, ano ba yung ginamit mo na mga process, in terms of the process. Kumbaga, paano mo yun na-achieve? Lawful ba yung process? Kumbaga, ganun yung point. Yes, ito yung pag-discharge ng duty of his office. Violation of law or public safety and inappropriate part of the officer is strictly wrong. They are self-defeating if they instill in the public mind and like disposition. Violation of law or public safety and property on the part of... okay, mali daw. Violation of law, public safety, and property. Emphasize natin may. The employment of illegal methods, no matter how worthy the end, is certain to encourage disrespect with the law. If the law is to be honored, it must be first be honored by those who enforce it. Ito yung gina-emphasize talaga. If the law is to be honored, okay, dapat daw, sino yung manguna mag-honor? Yung naga-enforce. Sino ba ang una naga-enforce? Yung kapulisan natin. The police. So, to generalize, ano yung ginasabi niya? Use proper means to obtain proper ends. Kumbaga, para siyang, a riddle. Ito yung keyword, proper means. Ito yung magiging natin. Proper means, para magkaroon tayo ng, paper to Parang mali to. Mali yan. Proper yan. Hindi paper. Okay, proper means to obtain proper ends. Yan, mali yung sa PPT natin. So, what does it mean pag sinabi nating proper means? Pag sinabi nating proper means, ano yung mga process or mga justifying actions na ginawa mo para ma-obtain mo yung goal? Kasi pag sinabi nating proper end, ito na yung goal mismo. So, i-elaborate natin. Police officer, we must achieve, okay, abutin natin yung goal natin, kung ano ba yung responsibility, align with our responsibility, lawful dapat. Okay, pag sinabi natin lawful, we follow the process, kung ano yung karapat dapat. And we must also emphasize the ethical or the ethics that we have in achieving our goals. We must use legal and morally acceptable methods. Ito yung dapat. Pag sinabi nating method, ito yung tinatawag natin dapat legal and morally aligned. Okay. Pag magagawin tayo in terms of our responsibility, in terms of the method, it must be legal and morally aligned. So, pag sinabi nating proper ends, Okay, pag sinabing proper ends, ito yung the goals are being achieved using the right and lawful process. Okay? Pwede din kasi tayong mag-achieve. Okay? Pwede kasi tayong mag-achieve ng proper end, but the means we use is not proper. Again, ulitin ko. We can able to obtain, ma-achieve natin yung goal na proper and, kumbaga, successful yung result. But the means or the means you use is not proper. So, ano nga ba? Ano yung magiging example natin dyan? Pagpasok dyan. Pag sinabi natin ganun, pag sinabing proper end, but improper means, kumbaga nag-aresto ka sa isang kriminal, pero yung pag-arrest mo, ginamitan mo ng threatening, pressure, gitorture mo siya. Yes, you achieve the goal. The proper end is to arrest that criminal, but the means in terms of arresting is not proper. Yun yung point. As a police officer, we can able to achieve proper ends, but the means is not proper. Okay, pwede natin gawin yun. So, dapat, as always daw, proper ang means and at the same time, proper po ang result. So, what does it mean? Pwede, ano yung pagiging example natin? Good one. Ano ba? Mag-aresto ta sang tao or sang suspect or sa mga kriminal. Okay? Dapat, we must follow due process. Okay, kung ano yung mga karapat dapat natin gawin. We must respect their human rights. Okay? Anong rights meron sila? Okay? I hope you understand. So, next we have here, cooperation with public officials. Hindi na natin ito basahin isa-isa. Kapag sinabi natin cooperation, from the word cooperate, you're going to cooperate with public official as a police. Okay, as a police. Okay? Dapat makipag-cooperate. So, what's the purpose why we are going to cooperate with public officials? Okay, as a police officer, okay, kailangan natin na cooperate sa kanila to must work lawfully, okay, sa government natin, based on our duty. We must cooperate with officials para maging legal and ethical. Maging legal yung actions natin. At the same, pag sinabi natin legal ang action, we can able to ask some advice to them, coming from them. We can also ask how we are going to do that. Pwede tayong magpag-guide sa mga public officials as a law enforcement officer. But, tatandaan natin na it was being emphasized here. Okay. Actions are guard against the use of office or knowingly in any improper or illegal actions. Yes, the purpose as a police, we are going to cooperate fully with public officials in the performance or authorized duty. Gi-emphasize ang authorized ha. Okay. But, anong sinabi dito? He shall be law. However, dapat i-assure sa imo nga sarili nga dapat hindi matabunan sang self-interest in terms of cooperating public officials. Kasi, pwedeng mangyari yan. Pwede mag-ask ng favor. Kasi pag sinabi nating public officials, they have the authority. Okay, mas higher yung authority na meron sila sa'yo as a police. So, pwede kanila ngayon, pwede nilang i-ano yung decision making mo, ganito yung gawin mo. Okay, pwede, pag sinabing ganito yung gawin mo, based yun sa personal gain ng isang public officials, ikaw as a police officer, dapat hindi ka, okay, you must not follow. Yes, cooperate in a good way, cooperate na in terms of a successful duty or based on responsibility, but not in the way na yung mag-ask na ng mga favor, ganito yung gawin mo kasi yan, kalaban ko yan, dapat ma-arresto mo yan. No, it's not. As long as not aligned and against your moral and at the same time the ethics of a police officer, hindi mo gawin yan. Okay? Yes, tandaan lang natin, cooperate with public officials. Next, you have here proper conduct and behavior. Dapat ang police must be mindful of his special identification by the public as an upholder of the law. So, mga police, sinabi na naman dito, dapat ikaw as a police, same then, laxity. Kumbaga, do not ignore the rules that we have. Kahit na private life mo pa yan. Okay, dapat i-express the law seeking to gain cannot be reflect upon the policeman and police service. Sabi din dito, requires the police life decent. Okay, ito yung sinasabi natin na modest and robbers following the career gives no special prerequisites. So, what does it mean? Pag sinabi natin proper conduct and behavior, that a police officer na kayo, baka maging police officer, you must discipline yourself always. And every action you are going to do. That you as a police officer, pag kayo naging police, avoid those immoral actions, mga unethical actions, especially yung scandal ba? Hindi scandal nga itong ginaisip niya. Pag sinabi natin, sulat natin, we have here the scandalous. Okay. Scandalous. Ito yung ginawa nung nangharang sa isang fire truck. Naging skandaloso siya. Dahil parang natamaan yung ego niya kay gipipipan sa isang fire truck. Ngayon, pinakita niya talaga sa public. Yes, he has the authority. Pero yung ginawa niya, the way na sigawan niya yung kapwa niya din, public servant, is not good. Okay? Nagiging skandaloso siya. Skandaloso. Pwede na mapag-usapan yun in terms of personal. Then at the same time, the situation is, kumbaga, emergency. Ipa-prioritize pa na yung mong ego kag ipipipan ka. Okay, as a police officer. So, kumbaga, yes, makonsider natin yung action ng police na yun as unethical. Then at the same time, naging skandaloso siya based on his behavior. Then, ano yung magiging result nun? Madedestroy ang, anong madestroy dito in general, pagitna, ang image ng kapulisan. So, madestroy. Based on that, one action of police officer, ma-generalize dahil na, okay, lahat sasabihin na kaya mo tanan batasan sa kapulisan. So, kahit yung mga mababait, nag-follow sang rules, gusto sang code of ethics, madadamay dahil sa isang kamalian ng isang police. So, ano ba yung mga example na pwede na ating idagdag pa aside doon sa nangyari na trending na video in terms of like mga disrespect in terms of the law. Kumbaga, hindi ka na naging mindful in terms of your action, of your behavior, is yung parang, halimbawa, lasinggero ka na police, ngayon, you're being intoxicated, ngayon, nagmaoy ka sa public. So, madidestroy yung imahe mo. Then, pwede natin another one example is yung pagharas sa ibang tao. Ginaharas ni mo ang criminal itself. You use your power, you abuse him or her. Okay, ano pa? Fighting publicly, insulting someone, isa din yun. Yung ginawa doon sa nag-trending na video, nang insulto ka ng ibang tao sa harap ng ibang tao, sa maraming tao. It is a form of disrespect na rin also, pag ganun yung ginawa mo, insulting someone. So, kaya gisan ko yung video sa inyo, it is because marami kasing violation in terms of the misconduct ng isang police officer in terms of his behavior. Marami talagang kamalian doon. Okay. Yun yung sinasabi na parang nadala sa emotion. Okay. Nagadali guro to siya kay basin malate na siya kay based on the report, pasulod do abi siya sa office sa to that time. So, bakal na late na guro siya gadali, gipipipan pagid. Okay. Na-trigger ang iyang emotion as a police. So, next. Kaya mo ginahambal nga dapat kabalo ta mag-control sa emotion ta. Next, we have here conduct towards the community. Pag sinabi natin conduct towards the community, mindful of the responsibility of the community. Ano ba yung responsibilidad natin sa community? Dapat alam natin. Next, community in the manner of this. Okay. He shall deal with individuals. Deal with individuals or the community, manner na dapat makapag-instill ng respect. Gagawa ka ng mga action na mag-iiwan ng tatak sa community na irerespeto kanila. Next, we have here, he shall conduct his official life in a manner, okay? O makapagbigay ng inspirasyon sa ibang tao at the same time, confidence na maghatag sa inyo sang trust. Overbearing, subservient, as an individual has no obligation to stand in awe for to fight or command him. Okay, pag sinabi nating overbearing, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng overbearing? Yung pagiging bossy. Pagiging bossy, yung mga excessive yung control na binibigay mo. Pag sinabi naman nating subservient, ito yung pagiging overfollowing. over following. Kung problema ang pagiging bossy mo as a police, dapat hindi ka giging bossy. Di ba, hambal, tama man ang mag-follow, pero pag sinabi natin subservient, ito yung over-following. Na kahit mali na yung inuutos sa'yo, sinusunod mo pa rin. Kumbaga naaapektuhan yung decision making mo. Dahil nga may authority or higher official na gabigay sa'yo ng utos, kahit na masama yung pinapagawa, ginasunod mong yapon, it is because you follow and follow. No, it's not. So, dapat hindi ganon. Okay, next, sabi din dito, you'll do it for personal preference, but rather duly appointed officer of the Lord. Sure, okay. In short, as a police officer, dapat daw, in terms of our actions towards the community, we must be mindful always. Ano ba yung responsibility na pwede natin ibigay sa kanila? Importante talaga kung how we treat other people. Okay, nag-refer mo sa behavior. Okay, overbearing, being bossy, and subservient, over-following is not good din naman. So, dapat balance gyapon. Yes, you follow, but you think before you follow. Okay? Next, we have here, conduct and arresting law violator. Police shall use powers of arrest in accordance. Pag sinabi natin in accordance, ito yung, kung ano yung sinasabi sa batas, paano ka ba mag-aresto? Okay? Next, sinabi din dito, he shall at all times have clear appreciation of his limitation regarding the detention of accused. He shall conduct himself in such manner as to minimize the possibility of having to use force. Okay? Minimize dapat ang paggamit ng force. Ano ba? Next, he shall cultivate dedication to the people and equitable upholding the law, whether in handling of the accused or law-abiding. Kahit na ang ginahandle mo is an accused or an law-abiding citizen, dapat still, you are dedicated enough as a police. Equitable. Pag sinabi natin equitable, upholding the law. Balance yapon ba? How you treat the law-abiding is the same how you are going to treat the accused. Kasi tao din yan. Kaya sinabing accused it's not proven pa. He or she is not proven guilty. So, kumbaga, still, he or she is an innocent. So, in general, how we are going to, pag sinabi natin conduct in arresting law violator, dapat pag mag-arresto doon natin, dapat we are going to use force or yung magiging basis natin in terms of arresting is dapat merong probable cause and at the same time yung sinasabi always na dapat may valid warrant. Then, kahit na nag-aresto tayo, kahit alam natin na may violation siya, as a police, kalma. Maging kalma, gyapon. Then, at the same time, respectful. Tao pa din yan. Okay? Hindi mo kumbaga inustil na ikaw yung may authority talaga. Then, pag nag-arrest tayo, inform the rights of the certain violator. Then, at the same time, while informing, also document the arrest, the process of arrest you've done, and also the evidences being gathered on the certain arrest. Okay, kung ano yung proper in terms of arresting, yun dapat ang sundin mo as a police officer. So next, the last one we have here, firmness in refusing gifts or favors. So, simple lang yung, hindi pa pala last to. Simple lang yung sinasabi dito, dapat maging, in terms of refusing gifts, dapat, we are, as a police officer, you must be firm in terms of, iwasan yung pagiging pagtanggap ng mga favors, pagtanggap ng gifts, ang mga gratitude, yung papasalamat, malaki man yan o maliit, which can be in the public mind daw ma-interpret nila na kumbaga kayang impluwensyahan yung judgment mo as a police officer based on your duties. So hindi dapat hindi ipakita. No, it's not. Dapat hindi talaga gawin. Okay, hindi ipakita. Pwede magdawat regalo or favor basta sa tago. But biskan sa tago ga, it is mali gyapon na magtanggap sang mga amo ng abagay kapalit sang imong mga serbisyo as a police. So dapat iwasan natin pag kayo naging police na. Pero mostly marami talagang temptation. So dapat higher ang resistant mo in terms of temptation about gifts and favors. So next we have here attitude towards police profession. So pag sinabi nating attitude towards police profession, wag natin basahin yan. In short, ang sinasabi dyan na tayo, kayo baka maging police officer, you should take pride on what kind of work you have. as a police. Be proud of that, okay? Then at the same time, respect the profession you have. Pag sinabi natin respect kung ano nga profession meron ka, huwag mong hayaan na madudungisan, magiging pangit ang imahe ng profession na meron ka. Kasi pag once yan nasira, ikaw mismo na pulis, masisira din ang imahe mo. Okay, hindi lang profession mo, ikaw mismo as a tao. So, perform your duties, following what is right. Okay, responsibly, follow what is lawful as always. Okay, yan tandaan nyo. Okay? So, dyan mag-stop ang meron pa bala. Police principles. Okay. The following are professional police principles. So, the prevention of crime and disorder. Yes, understandable. Cooperation of the community. Yes, it is necessary that we must cooperate in the community. At the same time, vice versa yan. The community must cooperate also towards the police. Pero hindi basta-basta mag-cooperate ang community. That is why very important ang pag-build og public trust. Pag nabuslot ganina ang trust sang public, sang community, budlay na natahion. Okay, sinabi ni dito, unreasonable force reduces community cooperation. Ibig sabihin po niyan, pag gumamit po na tayo ng unreasonable, kumbaga hindi tama na paggamit ng force in terms of like arresting other person is, okay, ma-reduce daw ang cooperation sa community. Yes! Anong sasabihin ngayon ng community? It is because you arrest that kind of person na gi-violate nimo ang ihang human rights. Ma-generalize na ngayon. Okay, ganun pala kayo as a police ha. So, parang matatakot kayo. So, kumbaga, pag may nangyaring krimen, hindi na sila maging willing na i-report sa inyo. Kaya baka kasi, pag mag-report sila sa kanila, din gawin yung ginawa mo sa kanila. Okay, next, we have number 4. Use of reasonable force when persuasion is not sufficient. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin yan, ma'am? Pareha man. Use of reasonable. Kanina, unreasonable. Ngayon ito, reasonable force. Reasonable. Pag sinabi natin reasonable, tama yung ginawa mo na paggamit ng force. Pero ano yung mali? Okay, ano ba yung mali dito? Pag sinabi natin, okay, dapat daw kasi, when we say we are going to use force, kailan tayo magagamit ng force? Dapat, before we are going to use the force, dapat nagawa na natin yung part natin as a police. We give warning. We did the talking. We do the action of talking, like tagaanan na siya mga warning. Okay? Pero, still, na-fail yung ginawa mo in terms of the talking and warning. Ngayon, dyan ka nagagamit ng reasonable force. Okay? But, reasonable force, emphasize nyo gyapon always na dapat limited. Okay? Limited. Okay? Apata sinang natabo nga nakita mo karon nga daw lampusan ka sang accused person, sang suspect, karon gitiro mo dahil sa ulo. Reasonable ba to ang paggamit mo sang defense sa iya? Kay lampusan ka lang niya sang kahoy. Okay? Gipusil mo dahil sa ulo, which is nag-result sa pagkapatay. No, it's not. It is not reasonable force yung ginamit mo. Okay? Next, we have the impartial enforcement of laws. Dapat, pag sinabi nating impartial, ito yung without favoritism. Okay. Pag nag-ano tayo, favoritism, wala dapat. Next, the community are the police. What does it mean? The community are the police. So, ito yung parang pino-point out na active cooperation from the community. Yes, parang number 2. Pag sinabi natin the community are the police. The police are the community. Is vice versa. The cooperation needed. Next, we have number 7. Police should not usurp the judicial powers. What does it mean? Ito yung sinasabi natin na a police officer must enforce law but only, ano ba yung ibig sabihin? Yes, sila yung napapatupad ng batas. They can arrest. Pwede silang magkulong ng tao based on the arrest they've done. But, ano yung sinasabi? Only court can decide the guilt and impose punishment. Yung sinasabi natin na ikaw, police, ikaw lang yung nagpapatupad, but there is certain limitation of your responsibility. You cannot able to finalize or give such kind of judgment na, uy, ikaw, you are guilty. No, it's not. Only the court can do that. Next, we have here 8. rules of engagement, impartially observe. What does it mean? Dapat in terms of the engagement, dapat we must apply in terms of the approach or how we are going to address certain situation while we're arresting a certain person. Dapat we are going to apply it to everyone, which is yung pagiging fair natin. Okay? Pag sinabi natin fair, baka yung inaresto mo dyan, like public official, tapos karon nag-aresto ka the next day, hindi public official, normal person lang. Ngayon ginamitan mo siya ng sobra-sobra gin nga force. Yung dito sa kay public official, siya why mo siya giamos ito? No, it's not. Yes, dapat justifiable yun in terms of the engagement, yung action natin. Dapat ang i-generalize man gud nato in terms of arresting, we respect the rights of that certain individual, whatever position he has or she has in the community. You are the rights of a certain person. Kahit ano man estado niya sa buhay, do not consider this ang status niya sa community. Next, we have number 9, reduction of crime and dishonor. Pag sinabi natin reduction of crime and dishonor, yes, police protect because they can able to prevent crime, but they can also dishonor. Ano ba yung gina-refer dyan na dishonor? Okay, kaya din nilang sirain yung reputasyon or yung image nila as a police officer. They prevent crime, but at the same time, they can able to dishonor their profession as a police. So, dapat be mindful always of your action as a police. Next, last one, police discretion. Pag sinabi natin discretion, police given a certain authority to decide. Okay, you can, yes, authority to make judgment and decision. Okay, that's why it was given to you. So, dapat meron niyang kaakibat na na dapat in terms of giving that kind of judgment and decision, dapat fair, legal, and following the ethical standard you have as a police. Okay, almost 1 hour. I hope may naintindihan kayo sa discussion natin today. Okay, tinapos ko lang kasi yung topic natin na the police officer's creed is na yan, for midterm. So, tapos na tayo sa discussion natin. We discuss all the concept of ethics and morality, the importance of ethics, and at the same time, yes, ito yung mga foundations natin. And we proceed to the yung pagpasok natin sa basic human rights, the duties, yes, different values, rational prudence, yes, yan ang magiging pointers natin pagpasok sa examination. Special ethics, yung mga examples, pinasok natin ang mundo ng mga public officials under Republic 6713. Then, pinasok din natin ang buhay ng pagiging criminologist, yung code of ethics nila, functions, what are the two major purposes of code of ethics. Then, at the same time, pinasok din natin yung mundo ng mga police. Yan, discuss natin. So, dito magsa-stop dito sa 10 na police principle ang ating topic. So, I'm sa inyo, sa lahat ng mga student ko na mag-study, I did my part as your instructor. If there is certain clarification, pwede kayo mag-ask sa akin through GCs. Sa chat, pwede kayo mag-DM sa akin. Basta wag lang gabi kasi tulog na si ma'am. Okay, you can clarify. Okay, expect next meeting natin, quiz, and at the same time, activities. Okay, that's all for today discussion. Thank you. God bless everyone. Ingat po kayo always, mga sapat ko nga estudyante.